just take us through some of those signings, mate.
Yeah, there's some exciting signings. Obviously, Ashton Turner's will be on everyone's lips overnight. He's just been selected to play for Australia in a trial game, so we're thrilled. He's a tall right arm batting all-rounder. We saw his hitting power in the Ryobi Cup last year. He's a brilliant athlete, a very smart kid too, so he's exciting. Liam Davis, I don't think we've seen the best of Liam Davis. Anyone who can score a 300 in Shield cricket, be in the Australian A side, and he comes into the Scorchers squad, which we're thrilled about. Simon Kadich, of course. I mean, we had him last year, and we're thrilled to have him coming back as the leader of the group. So Simon Kadich speaks for himself. So, and Michael Beer, like I really admire Michael Beer. He was chased by a number of other franchises, and he was offered some excellent deals from other franchises, and he decided to stay here. So I love that loyalty. I love what he's obviously seeing something positive here. He was our Mr. Reliable last year, and it's great to have him playing again.
Just on Ashton, how many more Ashtons have you got tucked away?
Well, if they're anything like Ashton Agar and Ashton Turner, I'll have as many as we can get. But it's fantastic to watch. I've watched all pre-season, some of these kids coming through. We've got a couple of other really good ones with the Centre of Excellence, Joel Paris and Will Bazisto, Sam Whiteman, Cameron Bancroft, some fantastic kids. I've said it since day one that we've got some brilliant kids coming through, and it's a great tribute that we've now got Ashton Agar playing in the Test team and someone like Ashton Turner playing in the Australian side, which is great.
Just give us a bit of background on Ashton Turner. Where has he come from and what's his story?
Yeah, he's a local boy. He plays for Fremantle. He captained Fremantle at the end of last season. Like I say, he's another intelligent young kid. He's a great athlete. He leads all our fitness testing. Great runner and moves beautifully. So he went to He was in the Australian under-19s and came back with massive raps from Greg Chappell and the COE. So they're very excited about him, and so are we now.
This obviously means he is on the radar. Do you think he has what it takes to get to Test level as well?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, well, yes, I do. As I said, my feeling towards Ashton Agar, which is exciting, is he's a more of a batting all-rounder than a bowling all-rounder at the moment. But he's tall. He bowls. He can spin the ball. He bowls off spin, right arm off spin. So when you have those packages, I think that's why Ashton Agar was so attractive as a player, because not only could he bowl really well, a great athlete, great kid, and he can also bat and field. So it seems to be the way of the world now, if you are able to, and it should be the case, because guys are getting paid huge amounts of money now, so they've got plenty of time to develop all their skills. So maybe those guys are the prototypes of what are coming through.
Right place, right time for him as well, given his debut now.
Yeah, of course. Well, he played the Prime Minister's 11 game last year, so they've obviously, and it's interesting how the system works now. He came from the Australian under-19s, went to the COE, and they've obviously recognised his talents. We haven't seen a lot of him because he's been in England with the Centre of Excellence, this Hampshire scholarship or scheme over the last few months. So we haven't seen, but I guess it's indicative of the system that we're all working under at the moment.
Caddo, can you just talk us through how crucial his leadership was last year coming into the Scorchers setup?
Simon Kadich is outstanding. I just think he, everything he brings to it, he's tough, he's a brilliant player, he's hungry, he's so well respected. He is just outstanding. You always talk about having very strong leadership, and Simon Kadich brings all that to the team. So we're thrilled to have him. We were sad to lose him 10 years ago or 12 years ago, but to have him back now playing in West Australian cricket, it's a great advantage that we have.
He's been in the hottest form over in England at the moment. There's been a few people saying maybe he should be back in the Test side. What are your thoughts in regards to that?
Oh, look, I think he'll be the first to say, and I'll probably say as well, you've got to keep looking forward. You've got to keep looking forward, and sadly, he could have probably played 80 or 90 tests by now. It didn't work out that way for him. He's certainly one guy I'd play alongside any day of the week. That's why I'm so thrilled to have him playing for the Scorchers. I don't think they'll go back to Simon Kadich. That said, I've texted him a few times in this incredible run of form he's having to see if he wants to play for the Warriors next year. So, the Australian cricket team might not like to have him, but I would have him any day of the week.
What's he said to that then?
Oh, we have a little giggle about it, and I don't think I'm going to get much. Don't think we're going to progress as I would like. But no, I don't think he'll do that. He's content. He's had a good international career. He's playing for Lancashire. He's playing for the Scorchers. He's got his family to consider, and with his body, at his age, with his body, it'd be difficult to play 12 months of the year. I think it's hard enough for younger guys. So he's content. I'm just thrilled to have him back for 8 weeks with the Scorchers.
What about chat with Huss since put on that ugly lime green top?
Yeah, I spoke to Huss on Tuesday. Had a good talk to Huss. Naturally, I'm very disappointed he's chosen to go and play for Sydney. Again, though, it's part of the system we're playing in, and I don't necessarily agree with it. And I'd like to see all the guys playing with their states, but against the system. I was disappointed with his decision. But one thing is for certain is that I'm not that fickle that I'll lose a friendship over it. Huss and I have been friends a very long time, and that will remain. We'll be lifelong mates, and that's not going to change over a business deal. So, respect what he's done. I respect his choice. I'm very disappointed he decided to go and play for Sydney. I guess that's the way of the world. If that's the best system we're playing under, again, I guess time will tell.
Is the door still open for him at WA this summer?
Yeah, well, of course, you'd take him. He knows that. He's been very clear since the day he retired what I think of him, or what we think of him. If Huss decides, I don't think he will. That's my gut feeling. But he might get a taste of it and get closer and get. He's a cricket tragic. He's an absolute cricket nuffy. So he might decide in a few weeks' time that he's just playing 2020 is not going to be enough to satisfy his appetite for cricket. But if he wants to play for the Warriors, I mean, who wouldn't have him?
So at this stage, he hasn't given you a yes or no?
No, that's it. I mean, it's been a while since he's been home now, but my gut feeling is he hasn't said he's yes or no. We've been talking about BBL cricket. It's obviously been, there's been a lot of talk about that. But now that when the dust settles a bit, we might talk about it. But my gut feeling is he probably won't.
Any coaching role at all, or maybe not playing if he's not leaning down that path? But
oh yeah, look, who knows? We're just he's got to decide what he wants to do. It's very difficult to coach when you're still playing. One of the great bits of advice I was given is that make sure all your playing's out of your system before you start coaching. Otherwise, you get a bit edgy. So. From a personal point, I knew absolutely my playing days were finished. So then I could go into this new journey as a coach. And hustle whether he wants to go into the media or into business or drink pina coladas and sit on the beach for the rest of his life or go into coaching. That'll be his choice. Maybe down the track, there might be some opportunities.
6 more signings left for the Scorchers. What can we expect?
Yeah, look, well, and we've deliberately done that actually. We've talked about for the last 6 months developing our players. We want to keep some carrots there for the guys who are performing brilliantly in the pre-season and also coming into cricket. So there's some good opportunities. We've obviously got our overseas players. I'm really confident that Alfonso Thomas will come back, he was a great signing last year. And then we'll just weigh up what we need. We'll probably be looking at our other overseas player. Obviously, Herschel Gibbs done a great job for us for the last few years. He will hopefully come to the Champions League with us if those things work out. So there's opportunities out there, and for us, we've got some players locked in now, which is good foundation. Now we'll just put the icing on the cake over the next few weeks or months.
With Gibbs, do you wait for the Champions League and see how it goes there, or would you like him back for the Big Bash, or what's the go with Gibbs?
Yeah, well, we'll see. And he's clear. Hirsch is very clear. He'll come to the Champions League, see what sort of. He hasn't played a lot of cricket. I know the Sri Lankan league's been cancelled, so he doesn't play much cricket now. So and it's one thing someone like Hustle and Gilly have found is that it's really hard. Matty Hayden tried it. They're just trying to play a 2020 tournament here or there. Makes it very difficult. So Hirsch will know that. We'll just see how he's going and have a chat to him and see how he's playing and see what sort of shape he's in and make a decision later on.
What about Hoggy, JL? There's 3 spinners in the squad. Hoggy's been a bit of a crowd favourite.
Yeah, Hoggy outstanding. In fact, I just got off the phone from him 5 minutes ago. He's again very similar, or in a lot of ways, to but that Huss was a few months ago. He's just, at his age, whether he's still got the drive and hunger to keep going, it is a big commitment, and at some point he's going to. I think Hoggy would got the energy. He's still the fittest guy in the squad last year. He's just whether he's got that drive to keep going. Time will tell. We'll give him plenty of time to think about that, and we're having plenty of discussions with him. He'll come to the Champions League, see how he pulls up, and then we'll work out what the best combination is going to be in the next few months.